On a July afternoon in Los Angeles, an employee walks the floor of the Mystic Museum, an iconic spot for horror fans. He walks the floor, greets customers, and takes photos for them. He patrols the front of house near one of the most popular items in the museum, a statue of the Crypt Keeper from HBO's Tales from the Crypt. A little kid tries grabbing the 2-foot statue, but the employee stops him. Crisis averted, he heads to the back of the store to grab something. When he returns, the Crypt Keeper is gone. We've got a stolen piece of Hollywood memorabilia, my darlings.
Welcome to Heist Club, where we've got a new heist story coming at you each week. We're here to uncover the details behind some of the most audacious and ridiculous robberies of all time. How they pulled it off, how they got caught, and the mysteries that remain. Bank heists, art heists, diamond heists, and other capers you won't believe. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Todd.
Welcome to the club.
Pleasant screams, Jesse.
Woohoo! Screams that are pleasant. Spooky episode today.
A very spooky episode of Heist Club. We usually welcome you to the clubhouse. Today we're welcoming you to the haunted clubhouse, I suppose.
The haunted clubhouse. Yep.
We're going to blend our favorite things, heisting and entertainment, with a Hollywood twist for our first annual Halloween episode.
Whoa.
You've been asking for it. Have they? I don't know. We've been telling you we're going to do it. No, we haven't. None of those things.
I've been feeling the holiday spirit. I've been trying to go through a bunch of horror movies. I'm wearing a horror movie t-shirt right now.
I love that you went horror movie t-shirt and I went candy t-shirt. I went like economy candy, my favorite candy store, Lower East Side, old school candy shop. I also don't own a horror shirt. I used to have a Pan's Labyrinth shirt, which I wish I still owned, but I don't know.
That's pretty
gone cool. To the ether, wherever that is. Let's just get into it. So our chilling heist takes place in sunny Los Angeles. Not exactly the place you think of when you think of haunted Halloween. This is way back in the summer of 2024. Jesse, do you remember where you were in the summer of 2024?
I remember it like it was last year.
You remember like it was last year. It was a whole 12 months ago.
I had just seen long legs. The future was looking bright.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, the Olympics were on. The election, the presidential election was in full force. Nothing but good times.
The Drake and Kendrick beef was at its height.
I remember that. Oh, and they get along.
You remember that from 1 year ago?
It feels so long ago. They get along so well now. I mean, like,
oh yeah,
time
exactly.
heals all wounds, right, Drake? Yes. So here we are on the corner of Magnolia Boulevard and Burbank. Right across from a DIY hardware store sits the Mystic Museum, the perfect spot for fans of all things strange, creepy, and horror. Jesse, I'm guessing you've never been there, but it seems like you would be their number one fan.
I've been to a place probably close by. I've been to the Museum of Murder in LA. I've also been to the Museum of Murder in New Orleans. I'm surprised. I bet if I had heard of this place when I was in LA, I would have went.
Does the Museum of Murder actually have Hollywood memorabilia too, or it's literally just like devoted to serial killers and famous murders?
I think it's pretty broad.
Okay.
I remember them having a statue of like G.G. Allen. So it's like pretty
broad.
It's like lots of stuff.
So.
I can't remember. This one seems to be more towards Hollywood, like spooky kind of. Yeah. Instead of just like awful, really messed up things.
Right. But I also get how Museum of Murder is just a great name. Whatever you have inside, you're like, as long as I don't get murdered, I'm on my way. Yeah. And even if I do, maybe it's worth it.
Even if you do.
Yeah, well, the Mystic Museum was founded by Eric Wessel in 2013. It started out as an oddity shop and museum for the occult and the paranormal. And we have some pictures of taxidermy and old-timey medical tools and real skeletons. So this is very like, I feel like they have...
Oh, yeah, it seems pretty broad.
I feel like they have these kind of oddity shops all over, and there used to be television shows dedicated to such oddity shops, you know?
Right.
Eric didn't stop there, though. He expanded the collection with the horror film genre. He stocked his museum with props and replicas for famous horror films, especially slasher films. Also, probably one of your favorites, right, Jesse?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Is it not?
I don't know. I've been struggling with that recently. It's a whole thing. It's like I want to love horror and I do love horror, but I'm like not gonna watch like every sequel of every slasher movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm not watching Jason 5.
Because those just they become
Sorry.
gratuitous pretty quickly, and they're not even trying to do anything else. Yeah.
I'd rather move on. Yeah, it's
Jason
hard.
5, is that Escape from New York or whatever? Is that?
Ooh, that might
It might
be.
be. Right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember which
that
one
was a
it is.
good guess.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I've seen that one. Gotta go watch it now.
No, it's not Escape from New York. That's Kurt Russell. It's Takes Manhattan.
Takes Manhattan. Thank you. Escape from New York is a different movie. Yeah.
All of our listeners will be so angry.
Sorry. I like horror. I'm not as much of a horror aficionado as my co-host.
And I'm not as much as other people. Like I said, like I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. All of them.
All of them.
There's so many.
There's so many, and there's so many bad
There
ones.
are.
It's hard.
But I think the fans of the genre even love the bad ones or find ways to enjoy
I'm
them.
kind of picky. I like the good ones. I'm sorry.
I'm with you. Hot take. We like good movies. Hot take.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Eric's goal was to let the public appreciate all these replicas, including the slasher ones, and it would be a waste to lock these pieces away in a warehouse or a personal collection, like many people do. He also doesn't like the stale glass case environment. You know, that would dampen the artistry of the pieces. So that means no protective plexiglass. Crazy. No more trying to dodge the lens glare in your selfie, which is a very nice and generous thing. He also thinks that the horror community is a very respectful bunch. So Eric says there's no need to lock everything behind glass. We're not working with ancient artifacts here. So I think, they have value. A lot of it's sentimental value, but there is financial value to these. But these are not priceless rubies or, dinosaur artifacts, etc. These are fun ones, and he wants you to love them and feel like you can get close to them, which is a nice thing.
Yeah, it's a wax statue, which isn't nothing as far as worth, but also, yeah, I get it that he'd rather have a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, which tells you it's a lot about the community, right? It's a lot about the community and
Right.
people coming in and the vibe of it all, and hopefully he's making money at the same time. By 2024, the Mystic Museum is split up in 3 sections, each marked by their own door and pathway. The Mystic Museum Oddities section, which is oddities, curiosities, and an antique shop. The Mystic Museum itself, which is a store with goth fashion, home decor, and occult literature. And then Camp Horror, dedicated to all things horror genre, which also doubles as a video rental service. I like this. So if you want to stick it to streaming services and you still own a VCR, we have the place for you. The doors are not guarded, and all 3 are unlocked during business hours. All are also both entrances and exits, which will come into play later. And there's also a rear door only accessible by employees. And then when you enter the Camp Horror door, you're greeted by a statue of Jason Voorhees, as we were just talking about, but not the 7-foot-tall murderous immortal, but the drowned little boy from the first installment of the Friday the 13th franchise. I have respect for that. That's a fun plan. You expect full-on hockey mask and not the little boy.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, but also
right.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You also get Paris Hilton from House of Wax. A little bit less classic.
A funny, like deep cut.
Yeah. That's the remake, right? Not the original House of Wax. Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember Paris Hilton being in the original. She was not even born.
Right.
And Little Sam from Trick or Treat. I don't know Trick or Treat. Do you know Trick or Treat?
I know about it. I haven't seen it. It came out like several years ago. It's apparently very good.
Oh, nice. And then in the back, they have a statue of the Candyman, which looks very lifelike. We have a picture. Looks like Tony Todd himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's got his hook for the hand. So I'm now scared.
It must be him.
Maybe it's just Tony Todd. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a picture, so we can't knock on him and see,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Wait, didn't Tony Todd just die? Oh,
He did R.I.P.
It's right.
It's not him.
It's not Tony Todd. Yeah, I remember he was in the Emmys in memoriam section I just saw recently. So rest in peace, Candyman. Rest in peace, Tony.
Yeah.
And then in a building of fan favorites, one sticks out from the rest. The Crypt Keeper from the HBO series Tales from the Crypt, which was adapted from the 1950s comic book series of the same name. We hope you all know who he is. If you don't, you haven't lived. The show premiered in 1989. It was a really iconic horror anthology series. Featured a lot of really famous actors, some who were already known and some who weren't yet, but Dan Aykroyd, Christopher Reeve, Brad Pitt, Demi Moore, other A-list stars of then and later. And then it ran from 1989 to 1996, had a couple of movie spinoffs. I can't remember if I ever saw the movies. I think I saw one, but I have very little memory of the movies versus the show. Also, looking at it, I don't know if you noticed, the executive producers were Richard Donner, Robert Zemeckis, Walter Hill, and Joel Silver, which are like four of the biggest names in Hollywood possible, especially at that time, but just of all time. I mean, Silver was just a producer, but the other three big-time directors. But they also had big-time directors who directed the show and big-time actors who directed the show, and I think some of them probably for the first time. Tom Hanks, Michael J. Fox, those were among the directors. Our producer tells us the highest rated episode was What's Cooking, which featured a couple running a failing restaurant whose luck turns around when a stranger offers them a one-of-a-kind steak recipe. And we won't spoil it for you, but it's definitely not beef. I don't remember that episode. Did you watch the show? Do you remember that episode? Where are you at, Jesse?
I've only seen a little bit of it. My friend showed it to me just kind of recently.
Interesting.
I grew up on other shows like it, but I didn't really grow up on it, unfortunately.
You are a little younger than me, though, because I remember watching it with my parents, but also watching it alone. And I'm like, again, I look at how we raise my kids now and the things I let them watch versus what my parents let me watch. But I would think I was watching the show when I was 8 years old or 9 years old,
Yeah. My parents kind of let me watch whatever, but I was a scaredy cat for a good while until high school. I really got into horror. So I watched Are You Afraid of the Dark? But as a kid, Goosebumps was too scary.
Okay, so you were definitely not watching this.
I was like, that was my lines exactly. So I wasn't watching that.
I mean, because I guess the show was a little bit of a Twilight Zone for a different generation. It had that, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, each episode, standalone episode. The episode I remembered, for some reason, the one that I remember in my head was an episode where a old rich man switches bodies with a young, attractive, bodybuilder type. And that was the episode I remembered for some reason. I actually found it on YouTube last night and I rewatched it. Now, I remember the show being good. In general, I will say this episode was not great.
I feel like it's not good.
Maybe the show just wasn't great and we just remember it better. But those producers attached, I don't know. Maybe, any anthology, some episodes are better than others, right?
Right. Well, I mean, it's the epitome of camp horror,
Yeah. I mean, this one, it was just it was also just crazy sexist. It was William Hickley was the old man. He was the voice of Dr. Finkelstein in Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Rick Rossovich was the young, attractive, bodybuilder. He was Slider in Top Gun. You definitely, if you don't know his name, you know his face. But then Kelly Preston played the young, attractive woman. And that was John Travolta's wife until she unfortunately passed. But she was also Jerry Maguire and twins. And what I did not remember, though, is that Arnold Schwarzenegger directed this episode. And he also does the intro with the Crypt Keeper.
In prep for this episode, I saw a clip of the Arnold Schwarzenegger
you saw that.
Intro.
I mean, the Crypt Keeper's lifting a bone, he's lifting weights to get strong, and Arnold comes in and looks at the camera. I had no memory of that at all, and that being this episode.
I bet it'd be really fun to go back and watch for several reasons. One, for all I bet there's so many weird celebrities in there. I clicked on one YouTube video that was this whole first season in full, and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure that guy's in Shawshank Redemption.
Nice.
Just a random,
great cast, amazing funny. Cast. So the one I watched was from the second season, and I couldn't find it on streaming. You could pay for movies, I couldn't find the series. Legal or not, a lot of the episodes are on YouTube. So whether I
went to HBO hoping that it would still be there, but it is not.
I mean, who owns the right? I don't know. I have questions. Anyway, but anyway, if you haven't watched
that's another heist. Who stole the show from HBO?
There's a lot of episodes of that show we could do. But people should watch. The Crypt Keeper himself was especially iconic, though. And last personal note is that my dad in Michigan is doing a garage sale, and he sent me a list of some of the things they might want to get rid of, and one of them was a Tales from the Crypt comic book, which cool. I did not remember having. But also, I looked it up, and there were no original comics put out in the 80s and 90s. It came back in I think the 2000s. So did I have one of the original from the 50s? I don't know. I need to only in doing research for this episode was I wait, Dad, don't just put that outside. Maybe that's iconic and I just don't even realize it. So
was there also a cartoon show?
Yeah, there was, right? I don't know if I watched it, but there was some type of there've been a couple spin-off movies, but there was also a spin-off. Yeah, but the Crypt Keeper himself also just so memorable because his cackle and all his puns, which maybe
Right.
we'll say some throughout the episode. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, so Crypt Keeper, he's hanging out at the Mystic Museum. His statue sits in the entrance window display. Eric has him facing inside the store, placing customer enjoyment over exterior aesthetics. This isn't the animatronic from the series. It's a 2-foot-tall statue bust made of the iconic character for the DVD release. Crypt Keeper's voice actor John Cassier has even done book signings at the Mystic Museum. He's also the voice of Scrooge McDuck.
I love that. I did not know that until our research. He's got a great voice.
He has I bet he has just based on those two things, I bet he has a long list of crazy.
Oh yeah, even more,
credits.
Of course, because that shows real dexterity in his voice to do those two characters. Yeah.
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 The Crypt Keeper's Fang Club can get a little handsy, sometimes picking him up and moving him for a better picture, but overall, he's well respected and cared for. And of course, the store is under the watchful eyes of Eric, his store manager, Terry Russell, and other employees. Oh, and there's security cameras.
They have security cameras. That's a good sign so far.
Better than other banks we've talked about.
That's right. Banks, so they have security cameras, but the Mystic Museum does have security cameras. Good.
Yeah.
Eric is doing his job in that front.
And then Sunday, July 21st, 2024 was a busy day for Eric and manager Terry. It's the height of tourist season for Los Angeles, and they have to keep the store well stocked. In between cleaning his office in preparation for the next week, Eric is running around the store. It's the same situation for the employee walking the floor, helping customers and making sure nothing goes awry. He's always talking to visitors, even checking in on them multiple times if they look lost or confused. An unattended child makes a bold move grabbing at the Crypt Keeper, but the employee stops them before Crypt Keeper could make an untimely demise. Near the end of the day, upon returning to the floor after briefly popping into the back office, the employee notices something off. The Crypt Keeper isn't in his usual spot. But wait, this isn't an automatic cause for alarm, as Eric sometimes moves stuff around, so the employee goes to Eric's office to ask, "Did you move the Crypt Keeper?" Confused, Eric asks, "Why would I do that?" Maybe Terry moved it, or an annoying customer trying to get a better picture.
Or the little, how was he, a 2-year-old? How old was the kid? They thought he was 2?
No, that's 2 feet tall.
Oh, it's 2 feet tall. That's right. I mean, sorry. Yeah. I assumed that the employee looked for the kid, first of all, being like, is that kid dragging our Crypt Keeper around the store? You know?
Yeah.
At least suspect number one is that little kid. Who does he think he is? But other suspects come into play. Yeah.
He searches the entire store and nothing. Eric is baffled, and the Crypt Keeper is gone. Is this what we might expect? Is this an inside job?
We always ask that. I mean, it's usually the first thing we ask because I guess more than 50% of the time it's right or so.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not
know the statistics.
I'm not sure I broke down the statistics perfectly to say that. It just feels right. I feel the information.
It feels like half and half.
It feels like that. We'll see. I mean, I will say we'll get more into this. Again, the question of why, why it's an inside job, because it is not the most valuable. I mean, it's not the most valuable thing in the store, I'm assuming, but it's also not the most valuable piece in the world, right? It's not like it's the original. So, I think motive is a really interesting question here, and inside job is interesting. Maybe there are more personal reasons versus it being like, hey, I'm going to steal this and sell it for $1 million,
Yeah, but I also can't imagine them stealing it during a work shift and then easily being like, well, I guess it's gone.
Yeah, it's a weird approach. Right, exactly. If you have the keys to the store, you can wear a mask and do it some other time. Like you'd think someone who works there is smarter than that. We'll see.
Yeah, well, perhaps the employee got a buddy to do the dirty work for him. Mm-hmm. Maybe Eric is faking his shock to cover for his nefarious act. Did Terry stab her boss in the back?
By the way, we don't have evidence for these questions right now. It's just, we're investigators here. We're asking these questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
maybe a ghost did it. Maybe the Crypt Keeper walked out himself. I think he's just walking down the street.
You check the security camera and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, it could be the kid wearing the Crypt Keeper out. It's it looks that'd be very Scooby-Doo, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. The Mystic Museum is known to be a little haunted, so maybe it is a ghost. It holds one of the largest Ouija board collections in the country and other paranormal items, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder what the scariest Ouija board they have is, because I feel like so many are from like Mattel.
Yeah.
So, but I bet there's some creepy ones.
I'd love to see them
I
too.
wonder if they just like get one from like Mattel and like bury it in the yard for a couple days, and then like
Now it becomes pretty spooky.
that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Eric always believed that they had good haunts, but perhaps they are a bit mischievous and they have a taste for thievery.
Ooh.
Eric goes into full-blown detective mode, starting with interrogating his employee. When was the last time he saw the Crypt Keeper? The employee was able to recall the exact time when that kid tried to put their grubby hands on the statue. Unlike here at Heist Club, Eric trusts his staff and believes they're not capable of this sort of crime.
Look at us calling ourselves out. We are not trustworthy people, but Eric is.
Exactly. We do not trust our employees here at Heist Club.
Yeah, all of our employees, all these back of house employees.
Yeah, just running around at the back. Yep. With his first lead, Eric uses his employee's timestamp as a starting point for his review of the security footage. And sure enough, the Crypt Keeper is there. The store has multiple interior security cameras, so Eric has a few angles to work with. That turns out to be a double-edged sword, higher chance of catching the thief, but it's going to take a while. He skips around for a bit, waiting for the moment the Crypt Keeper vanishes from the window. He sees a man standing outside, face pressed up against the window, staring directly at the Crypt Keeper. Is this man the Crypt Keeper taker? Find out after the break, my pretties.
Okay, we are back with a very haunted Halloween heist club that takes place in the summer, but still, come on, this is coming out in Halloween, so this
That's
counts.
okay. Scary things can happen in the summer. Terrifying things happen in LA every day.
Well, and wasn't Jason at a summer camp, right? So absolutely.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. That'll be our next episode. The Mystic Museum's owner and founder, Eric, has put on his detective hat to try and uncover who has taken the Crypt Keeper. After hours of scrubbing through footage, he sees a man standing outside staring at the Crypt Keeper. We really should say looming. Only his head and shoulders are visible because he's leaning out from behind a pillar. With his prize sighted, the man walks inside and he's holding a folded up paper gift bag, which is actually Crypt Keeper size. The man beelines to the back of the museum and hides the bag by the Candyman that we mentioned before. So missed opportunity to hang the bag on Candyman's hook, but okay, maybe a little bit less obvious because it's behind him. And then this man, not the Candyman, but the man who came into the store, spends the next 20 minutes walking around the museum, talking on the phone. Who talks on the phone for 20 minutes anymore? This is 2024. It was a different time. People were still talking on the phone.
I know. And in a museum, that's kind of insane.
Yeah, come on, keep it down. But I guess, was there even another person on the line? Was it just like a ploy? Customer service 101, but you never bother someone on the phone, so doing his job. We do have a picture.
It sounds like he was being very obvious.
Yeah, we do have a picture of him, shaved head, beard, and I guess they're ear pods in. So he's on the phone, but they're ear pods, which you never know what someone's doing with ear pods, right? Are they listening to music? Are they talking to someone? Do they just not want to be bothered? All of the above.
He was definitely talking to himself.
Yeah. Anyway, so he keeps watch on the employee and the other guest, waiting for them to clear the Crypt Keeper's perch. So definitely looks like he's going to do it. And then he faces an immense challenge, which is the power of good customer service. Every time he's about to go for the kill, not the actual kill, but the stealing of the Crypt Keeper, the employee approaches and asks if he needs anything. So if at first you don't succeed, die again. These are very Crypt Keeper inspired puns. A few more minutes pass. He goes in again, and the employee flanks him this time. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, he paces a bit more, then returns to the Crypt Keeper, only to be met with the same smiling employee offering their assistance. So give this employee a raise. It's amazing this guy got away with it, with how often this employee is, stepping in his tracks. They were busy that day too. It wasn't like he was the only customer.
Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling he was being really suspicious, and the employee was like, "Are you good?" Like,
yeah, like, dude, what are you doing? I don't know. I wonder how often they get that at the store. I mean, I'm sure they get a lot of people who don't want to buy something and really just want to look around, right? I mean, that happens all the time. It just seems like, oh, cool place to visit, tourist or whatever.
I mean, it's like a museum. Like, I feel like,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
But people are doing that. They're also probably excited and paying attention and looking at a lot of different things. They're not agitated and on their phone and just
like
walking
pacing around the store, like yelling.
Exactly. So besides relentless employees, the thief also has to deal with other visitors. So while he plots, he has to wait his turn while a group next to him are taking pictures of the Crypt Keeper. As we know, Eric made it very easy to be able to take pictures with all his memorabilia. That group moves on, and the employee is now nowhere in sight. So finally, this man grabs the Crypt Keeper, runs to the back of the store and to the bag. And we have pictures here of him doing it. This is surveillance footage pictures, and holding in his hands, looks like he's walking quickly. He's wearing a camouflage shirt. I don't think he thinks it's going to work in the store. I don't think he's blending in, but he's still wearing a camouflage shirt.
Yeah.
And there he goes. And in one of these pictures, you can see Paris Hilton witnessing the whole thing. Not the real Paris Hilton, the statue. She just hangs out there too,
Yeah.
But
that's what Paris Hilton is doing now.
Yeah,
hanging out at the museum in LA.
she had a cooking show. She had a documentary, and now she's back.
Now she works at the museum.
Now she works at the Mystic Museum. But this man is not in the clear just yet. As he reaches the Candyman, the employee emerges from the back office and makes his way to the front of the store. So the thief abandons the Crypt Keeper next to the bag and rushes to the front of the store as if he'd never left that spot. Can't tell if he's good at this or not. And then I think not, right? But just standing in front of the Crypt Keeper spot, nothing suspicious there. So he's standing where the Crypt Keeper was. There's no Crypt Keeper there, and he's hoping the employee won't notice all this is happening.
It's like maybe they'll think I'm the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah,
like it, right?
He gets really small and he makes his face look all creepy and
sits down and doesn't move.
Mm-hmm. So now he paces around the store for another 20 minutes. You can see why it takes Eric hours to go through this footage. This guy it takes forever. It's not quick in and out at all. He paces around the store for another 20 minutes, waiting for the store to clear out a bit more and for the pesky employee to head to the back office again. Lucky for him, the employee does go to the back and he returns to the hiding spot, puts the Crypt Keeper in the bag, leaves out the front door. No getaway car needed. He just strolls down the street. Woo! Did it. Finally, out of the store.
Yeah. I think it's a kind of a weird, like, I don't know. I'll put it in a bag and I'll put it over here and then I'll wait and then I'll go grab it and then I'll leave. I'm like, okay, man.
Yeah. I don't know how thought through it is. I mean, it seems like, I think he knew the Candyman. He obviously had been in the store before probably, right? Because he knew the Candyman was there. He immediately puts the bag in the back where the Candyman is. He's hiding that. I guess he thought, because the Crypt Keeper is in such a central position, they couldn't do all that in one move. Like, let's grab it, go to the back of the store where the Candyman is, put it in there, and then exit then.
Yeah, it's right next to the front door. Well, it's right next to the front door. You think you can just grab it and go?
Yeah, just grab and go, like a salad from a
like picking up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Eric and Terry are in complete disbelief. What a revolting development! The community that they cultivated betrayed them. They dubbed him the Crypt Keeper Creeper. Say that 5 times fast. Crypt Keeper Creeper.
Crypt Keeper Creeper. Crypt Keeper Creeper.
Eric calls the police and posts.
That's 5 times. I did it. You didn't. You probably didn't actually want me to, but I did it. Sorry.
Well, thank you. Well, try to say this. Eric calls the police and post a poster on.
Post a poster.
Yeah. Say the police post a poster 5 times fast. Eric calls the police and posts a poster on all the Mystic Museum social media pages reading, "Someone stole our Crypt Keeper." There's pictures, too many P's, man. There's pictures of the perpetrator's face and phone number to provide any information to the Burbank police. He asks for help of the horror community. There's also a $500 reward. There's a poster right now that they post on social media that I'm looking at. "Someone stole a Crypt Keeper," and it has all the phone number and the reward and the picture and the guy. It has the photo of the guy that stole it.
I like the arrows to the Crypt Keeper. It's like someone stole a Crypt Keeper, and there's two arrows pointing straight to the Crypt Keeper's head. Like this is the Crypt Keeper. If you don't know, this guy, this is him. This is him. And then there's like these swoosh arrows to the perp.
I know.
Yeah, this is.
And then they circle the Crypt Keeper in the guy's hands.
Yeah, it's like a play-by-play of what just happened. The telestration. Yeah, telestrator.
Yeah, maybe they played college football.
Yeah.
All right. The Crypt Keeper voice actor John Kassir leaves a comment under the post. "What? Body snatchers? Be careful what you've asked for, thieves. I can make your afterlife very uncomfortable.
I love this guy. He definitely he clearly loved playing this role, and now he's not commenting as an actor. He's commenting basically as John Kassir in the role of the Crypt Keeper. So good.
Right.
Be careful
No, I
what
love
you
that.
asked for.
Right. That's really fun. Other commenters offer their condolences and others express their anger. Some even offer to fight the creeper.
Gotta find him first.
Let's fight him. Uh, one commenter was gutted, writing, she drives an hour and a half to the Mystic Museum because it feels like home. A neighboring store owner offers their camera footage to the investigation. The Mystic Museum's fans repost the announcement over and over, causing the story to go viral and get picked up by local news outlets and popular entertainment news site Deadline. If anything, they protected the Crypt Keeper from getting sold off. It's too hot and recognizable to move, at least for now. The next day, a former employee sees the security picture and recognizes the perpetrator as a patron who came in a week before the theft.
Well, it's not surprising to us, right?
Right.
Yeah, we kind of thought he knew the layout of the store. He must have been there before. And this employee confirms that. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he was like peeking in through the window, like as if he just was oh, look at that.
Yeah.
This wasn't a crime of passion. It was a premeditated kidnapping.
Or crypt napping, maybe.
Ooh, that's it. Crypt
Yeah,
napping.
that works. I just came up with that, Jesse.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
That's crazy. Was this an obsessed fan? A money-grubbing reseller looking to make a killing? Haha. One tipster informed the police of a Facebook marketplace seller who deals in horror collectibles. The marketplace guy isn't our crook, but there definitely is a market out there. There's one on eBay selling for $500 right now.
Okay, so $500. It's not nothing, you know.
Yeah,
It's not.
I mean,
it's not nothing.
It's a good chunk of change to have
Yeah.
a really fun horror thing.
Yeah, I mean,
in your home.
But we know there's Hollywood memorabilia that's been sold for tens of thousands and even millions. This is not one of those. And maybe the original Crypt Keeper would be worth more around that. But $500 is something. I mean, and maybe they thought it was an easy crime. Or again, they're doing it for sentimental reasons. They are a fan. They just think it'd be cool to have in their home.
Yeah.
Or I guess I'm still not completely convinced it's not an inside job. I don't know. I mean, one thing I'd say is the store is getting a lot of PR from this, right? You know, it's gone viral.
Who's the guy? They just know that guy?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought it all the way through. And actually, I mean, I watched an interview of Eric and Terry last night, and they come off very sweet, very likable, and very passionate about this. So I'm not saying there's some people that would do it, but I do understand, you know, in trying to find a motive because it wasn't high value, maybe there is something to the idea that it's free PR, free social media PR. There's noise out there. And now people are like, oh, I have to go to the Mystic Museum. I never heard of it before because, you know, I'm seeing the Crypt Keeper. There's that's not there. Like the Mona Lisa. I'm going to the Louvre to see the spot on the wall where it once was, to weep openly. Yes.
It's exactly like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if this guy's motive. What was he thinking? Maybe he thought it was the original one. I don't know.
Maybe he was just confused and he thought it was worth a lot more. As we've seen that so many times, right? It's like, oh, I can't sell this thing now, or oh, it's not of value I thought it was. Yeah, people don't know. People don't know. And that's the moral of today's story.
show.
What do people know? People don't know.
Eric and Terry are worried about something else too. The Midsummer Scream Festival that's fast approaching. It's a massive yearly horror convention held in Southern California. It has everything: haunted attractions, a kids' play place, a massive showroom for vendors, even a cat cafe.
I'm not sure the cat cafe fits in with the rest, except like I guess it's just the type of fan would be like, oh yeah, we love cats too. And honestly, I like a cat cafe.
Yeah, horror fans that love their cats. Many out-of-towners traveling in will have not heard of the crypt napping. Someone could purchase him from our thief, take him home, and be none the wiser. Eric is certain that once the Crypt Keeper crosses state lines, he's lost to the ether. Days pass, and the Burbank police still have nothing. With Midsummer Scream just a few days away, it looks like all hope is lost until... Find out after the break.
Welcome back, and happy Halloween. Even though surveillance caught the Crypt Keeper creeper, as they're calling him, he seemingly vanished without a trace. Eric and Terry fear the Crypt Keeper is lost to the clutches of the reseller market until about a week after the heist, an employee walks into the office and tells Terry he's got some good news for her.
Haha.
There's someone outside who says they have the Crypt Keeper.
What?
This is crazy. Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, that was easy. Terry
The
runs.
end.
Yeah, and then that's our story. No, Terry runs outside, is met by a man, unfortunately not the creeper, who leads her to his car. He casually grabs a bag and pulls out the Crypt Keeper. There you go.
Boom.
He explains he's an Uber driver who works in the area. He was driving along the 101. This is becoming a very LA story already. Driving along the 101,
Yeah.
and he saw the Crypt Keeper in a shopping cart under a bridge. What eyesight this driver has.
And he knew exactly. He was very up on the story.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's the Crypt Keeper I just read about on Instagram.
I was looking at him
It's
for
right
him all
there,
over 101.
under the bridge. I'm so glad I found it. Manager Terry thinks this rescue was all too convenient. How do you recognize a 2-foot tall statue from the highway? I mean, seriously. Also, apparently the Crypt Keeper was in pristine condition, which is good news, but not looking like he spent days living under a bridge, Not looking like Gollum or anything. The base was broken, to which Terry blames the so-called Good Samaritan.
It's in pristine condition and the base was broken.
Yeah. This also could have been the creeper himself, not the Good Samaritan, but one of them maybe broke it. Don't know.
Yeah.
So good news. They got him back. He's in good condition. That's great. I think everyone's still a little lost in terms of wait, what happened here? So, the Crypt Keeper's returned, but there was still a crime committed. Terry believes she is in the presence of the Crypt Keeper creeper's accomplice. Maybe the one that the creeper was on the phone with. But being the Mystic Museum's manager, she knows how to survive a horror movie. She's done her research. Revealing your cards to the villain is a big no-no. Got to play it cool, Terry plays dumb, praises the man for his heroism. What would they have done without him? And she just has to get a picture with him. Also, his car. Got to get the license plate in the shot. This is very smart. I'm impressed by Terry. Playing the heroine.
Oh yeah, just like Sidney Prescott, Nev Campbell's character.
And Scream. Right. That's right.
Yeah, just a clever.
Emulating her heroes, if you would. Yes.
Exactly.
Before she even has a chance to offer, he refuses the reward money too. Okay, strange. Terry is still undeterred. She invites him to the Midsummer Scream Festival instead. The Missing Museum always has extra passes to go around. Plus, there's going to be a ton of cops and lots of witnesses there. He gives her his Instagram for contact, and so now she kind of knows who he is. Terry sends all her findings to the Burbank police, who are very impressed with her detective skills.
Yeah.
If it's a good horror film, they're going to not do a great job, though, and she's going to have to catch him herself, right? But
right.
The police at least is looking. Meanwhile, Eric is less focused on retribution and more grateful that the Crypt Keeper returned. I get that. Whether or not his rescuer was actually an accomplice doesn't matter to him. He just takes the Crypt Keeper on a victory tour inside Midsummer Scream. And we actually have a picture now of Eric, the Crypt Keeper, and John Kassir himself, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, all at the Midsummer Scream.
Yeah.
Fun picture. Yeah. They're all smiling, even the Crypt Keeper.
Right. Yeah. He's happy to be there.
Yeah. And the John Kassir is wearing one of those fun skeleton shirts that, kids sleep in for pajamas. Yeah.
That's fun.
Or wait, what movie? Karate Kid. Are they also wearing that Karate Kid? There's the dress up party at Halloween and they're running around skeletons. Yes.
Yep. That's it.
Yep. I don't think he's emulating either of those things, but he is. So Eric's happy. And now he wants a massive celebration to welcome the Crypt Keeper's return, a homecoming, if you will. The Missing Museum just so happens to have a temporary exhibit going called Horror High Reunion, a high school themed immersive horror exhibit. I'm sure that has Carrie, elements and things like that. Again, Eric looks like a good guy, but the Crypt Keeper is definitely helping him promote the store. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, again, I don't really think I'm calling him out. I don't, but it got returned so easily. The police don't really care. It was a low value thing. And now he's really quickly segueing into showing it off at the Midsummer Scream and throwing a homecoming to promote the Horror High Reunion exhibit.
Yeah.
It would make sense. All I'm saying is it would make sense. It would be a believable theory, whether I actually believe it or not, because I think Eric's a good guy and he wouldn't do it. But that would make, it got attention. Now it's back. Everyone come see the Crypt Keeper.
I trust you, Eric.
One of us, we both trust you. I just keep saying it anyway, which makes you probably think I don't trust you. And maybe I'm just saying that so I don't get sued. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think of other theories. I don't have a better theory.
But I mean, that's why it's a story, because of all the happenstance, of all the randomness. It's just a thing that happened.
Yeah.
And they kind of benefited in the end, but that's okay.
Correct. That's right. I mean, also, this is our Halloween themed episode, so I'm always looking for ulterior motives. No one can be trusted. Anyone can be the killer. We'll find out in the last second. Although, no more. Like in the last second, you find out the killer's still alive, and there'll be a sequel. But anyway, we'll see where this goes.
Right. So yeah, back to the high school themed immersive horror exhibit. Guests got their own school IDs with horror themed superlatives. Like examples are most likely to survive and killer class clown.
I like that. Killer class clown is funny.
Yeah. The IDs unlocked scenes in the exhibit featuring all your favorite high school teen horror movies. Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jennifer's Body, that's a favorite of mine. Lisa Frankenstein, haven't seen it, it's pretty new.
I have not seen Lisa Frankenstein. I also think I have to admit, I've never seen Jennifer's Body.
It's one of those movies where everyone thought it was really cheesy when it came out, and now everyone thinks it's cheesy now, but they love it.
And I'm not sure I realized it was a high school. I just assumed it was Megan Fox, so I think I just assumed she was older. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a high school movie. It's great for a certain, like, a group watching.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really funny quotes in it.
It's Diablo Cody too, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I was going to say
Juno
Junior
fame.
I was going to say of Junior. I was like, nope. she did not write the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he got pregnant. That is not what Diablo Cody wrote. Juno makes so much more sense.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Elliot Page. Sorry to everyone involved.
Everyone knows that Diablo Cody got her breakout writing Junior.
Diablo Cody was like 3 years old, maybe when that movie came out.
Yeah.
That was just an excuse, I guess, to throw in another Schwarzenegger reference in the podcast. He's really tying the whole thing together, whether we intended it to or not.
But so all those movies, they wanted to do a prom dance night for the exhibit. Now they have the perfect excuse. And of course, Carrie will be there, covered in all her blood and glory.
They're all going to laugh at you.
But first, the Crypt Keeper needs a proper welcome. His voice actor, John Kassir, signs him and makes a video welcoming him home.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm not immediately saying again, this is part of my inside job theory, but like this Crypt Keeper is now famous because it was stolen, and now it's signed by John Kassir. Don't you kind of want to go to when you go to LA now? Don't you kind of want to go to the Mystic Museum to see it because of the story?
Yep. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, if they did all this, then great. Good on them.
I mean, it's kind of a victimless crime to a degree because no one, so far no one's got arrested and they robbed from themselves and no one got hurt and all that. So, I mean, it's just, maybe this is just viral marketing way back in 2024. Is what they did for viral marketing way back in 2024.
How long was it missing?
Yeah, it was only missing for a few days, Jesse. That's like nothing.
No.
Like, and just before, their exhibit and just before the Midsummer Scream, it's just like, it's perfect timing.
And now they've tricked us into talking about it. What's going on here?
The story continues. Maybe we should never release this episode.
Are we being heisted?
We're just doing their bidding. They got us.
It's an inside job inside of this podcast.
Maybe one day he'll admit it. Maybe he won't. Respect either way, buddy.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. If they did this, good on them. That's even cooler.
Yeah. But was John Kassir in on it too? No, I don't think he was.
Yeah, exactly. So. Back in 1980, they came up with a plan. So John Kassir signs him and makes a video welcoming him home. The $500 reward is donated to John Kassir's charity of choice, an Alzheimer's research charity.
Okay, so now we're okay. Not only was this a victimless crime, but they actually gave money to a charity too. So if Eric is behind it, since it went to John Kassir's charity of choice, Jesse, can we also posit that it was John Kassir himself who was behind it all along? And he was pulling the strings, somehow getting the person to steal it, and then he did the comment, and then the money went to his charity. You're not buying that. You're not buying that.
No, I think you're right. I think he really needed $500 to go to that charity, that Alzheimer's charity.
He got that money.
It's $500. Yeah, I think that's it.
The only way we know that's not true is if John Cassiera comes on the podcast
Oh my God.
and defends himself, and he does the whole interview in the voice of Scrooge McDuck. You thought I was going to say Crypt Keeper. I said Scrooge.
No,
I said
you
Scrooge.
got me.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But what happened to the guy that dropped it off? What happened to the Good Samaritan? The police must have found a connection between him and the Crypt Keeper. Creeper. Even though his story is far-fetched, the police find no evidence to suggest otherwise. Perhaps he was just a do-gooding horror fan who wanted to save the Crypt Keeper, who saw it on the highway randomly.
Exactly, with 2015 vision, with the best vision possible. Just like he had his Crypt Keeper radar up, and there it was.
Yeah. If our Good Samaritan story was correct, why did the Crypt Keeper creeper go through all of this trouble to case the store and steal the Crypt Keeper only to dump him on the highway? Perhaps he feared getting cursed by the statue, or he got creeped out by it sitting in his apartment.
I love that theory because that feels very Tales from the Crypt. You steal something,
yeah.
That's like you steal the object and it secretly curses you, or you can't, you behave differently because they think it's looking at you, or it's moving objects in your house, whatever it might be doing.
Exactly. It's like he put himself in his own Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yep.
A lowly thief steals a statue from a museum and hopes to make a buck, only to be tormented by the vengeful spirit that lives within the statue.
Pretty good. I'd watch that
Is
one.
that good? Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Eric doesn't want the act of one rogue criminal to ruin the experience for everyone else, even if said criminal is still at large. So the Crypt Keeper went back to its original place in the front window, watching over the Misty Museum.
Yeah, so Crypt Keeper's back where he belonged, back at home. Happy ending, although they never really solved the crime. This is an interesting one, an entertaining one, a fun one for Halloween. Is it necessarily the best crime that's been pulled off, though? Let's go to our diamond rating. In this case, maybe we'll call it a pumpkin rating. How many pumpkins would you give this heist, Jesse?
6 pumpkins.
6
It's
pumpkins
the
out of
best
5?
Heist I've ever heard in my entire life.
I do not believe you, or we are on very different wavelengths here.
No, I was blown away.
It's a parallel universe, Jesse.
It was stupid. I gave it a 1.
I think I was totally ready for you to go a little higher, but I'm not the guy thought like, oh, Jesse's gonna love it, but like I think it's a 1. It is a.
I mean, he got out of the store. He completed the heist, so it is a heist, but it's still not a very good one.
Yeah, I mean, like theoretically, the person who stole it could have gotten away with it for longer, maybe, right? They had it. You're right. They're out of the store. They were only caught because it was on the side of the road, and the guy found it later.
If it was any worse, it wouldn't have been a heist. He would have tripped and fell down, and then it wouldn't have gotten out of the store.
I mean, right? He was so obvious.
Yeah.
In the video, although they haven't caught him. It's really surprising they haven't caught the guy. Maybe the police just stopped looking.
Yeah.
It was it was returned. It was 3 days later. It was we don't even know what the value was, right? It might have been less than $500. Like, is that like petty crime? Is that like stealing a pack of gum on the same level?
Good question.
But yeah, I mean, again, I still think the person could have got away with it. They clearly dumped it off somewhere or gave it to their accomplice to return it. So maybe it would have been a higher number if they got away with it. But it's just like, why? Why did they do it? They didn't do it well. They didn't get caught. I mean, in the past, we have given higher diamond ratings for not getting caught, right? So theoretically, we could do the same here. But here it just feels like they didn't get caught because no one cared, because it wasn't, was it even worth stealing? No offense to the museum, no offense to the show. It's just, it wasn't the most expensive thing. It was just a random thing to steal that day.
I mean, I think that's why it makes it interesting, because it doesn't really make any sense. It's like this guy really wanted this thing and then he dumped it. It's like, was he just bored?
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's what makes for good storytelling. Just sometimes just this random thing that happened. And that's why you can't figure it out, because it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. Good storytelling does not give you all the answers. That's our excuse. It's not us not knowing. It's just us being good storytellers.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So this might be one of the lower diamond ratings we've given, but I I still think makes for a fun Halloween episode. Hopefully puts all of our listeners in the Halloween mood. Spooky season, as my daughter calls it. We have our Halloween playlist that we start playing October 1st, basically, which is all the fun Halloween songs for, including like Thriller, but Monster Mash and all that fun stuff.
Cool.
Somebody's watching me, all that stuff. So, hope you guys are playing your playlist and, and if you've not checked out the show or the comic book, please check out Tales from the Crypt. Hopefully the episode you watch is better than the one I just watched, but I'm now in the mood. I kind of want to watch more now.
I definitely want to go watch some now.
And there's also, I'm assuming, and maybe this is what you saw, Jesse, that YouTube just has like montages of the best lines.
Oh yeah,
Crypt Keeper.
I'll just watch that.
That's just as fun. At least watch those. Yes.
10 hours of puns or whatever.
Oh man, so fun. Until the next time, boils and ghouls, pleasant screams.
And tune in next week for Miss Kardashian Goes to Paris.
Heist Club is a production of School of Humans, hosted by me, Todd Weiser.
And me, Jesse Neiswanger. I also do all the fancy audio and music editing too.
This episode was researched and produced by Carolyn Talmadge. Our senior producer is Amelia Brock.
Our production manager is Daisy Church. Our executive producers are Virginia Prescott, Brandon Barr, and Elsie Crowley.
Join us again next week for Heist Club, and don't forget to rate and review. Bye!